Shows the Seattle man caught 3 times lurking outside of Taylor Swift's apartment in Manhattan.
Oh my God, say yes, hi.
Okay.
Today we are going to explore celebrities who have faced terrifying stalkers. These stories are horrifying, so let's get into it. In 2015, Taylor Swift had to deal with a man named Frank Edward Hoover, who was stalking her to a deranged level. Hoover sent terrifying emails to her father, claiming he was going to kill their entire family and saying he was the real son of God. He also claimed the Swift family was the evil family of devils and was soon arrested in 2016 per Newsweek. He was sentenced to a decade of probation starting in 2018. Then, in 2024, an alleged stalker was arrested outside her New York home for attempting to break in, over and over again. Terrifying. Living in the celebrity spotlight comes with more than just constant camera clicks. Celebs have to deal with all sorts of unwanted stuff. There's almost no privacy, fans getting a bit too rowdy, and the worst part, dealing with serious stalkers who put their safety at risk. Back in 2008, journalist Erin Andrews was stalked and videotaped inside her hotel room by former insurance company executive Michael David Barrett.
There for the purpose of videotaping Ms. Andrews in a state of undress, correct?
That's correct.
After TMZ refused to pay for Barrett's videotapes, which included Erin totally nude, Barrett shared the footage online. Looking back at the time, Erin said the moment still haunts her. She quoted, "My dad said he thought I had been in a car accident because I was just screaming." The creepy stalker, who pleaded guilty in trial, served 2.5 years in prison for stalking and was released in 2012. Erin was also rewarded a payout of $55 million in a lawsuit against him and the companies that managed the Nashville Marriott Hotel where the videos were filmed. Drew Barrymore had a scary moment when a stalker ambushed her.
Oh my God, say yes, hi.
Okay.
A video of the moment, which has now gone viral on social media, showed her stalker startling her by calling out her name and approaching her on stage. He quoted, "I'm Chad Michael Busto. You know who I am. I need to see you at some point while I'm here in New York." As he spoke, security from the venue intervened while Drew was escorted off stage. Rachel Bilson was granted a restraining order against a terrifying alleged stalker who tried to break into her Los Angeles home on multiple occasions. The 40-year-old stalker repeatedly called her his wife. There have been many incidents, messages on social media, letters, but most alarmingly, there have been multiple attempts to visit and come into my home. He refers to me as baby and calls me his future wife and indicates that he believes I'm pregnant with his child. "I had never met him and have absolutely no intention of doing so," quoted Rachel. Absolutely chilling. Britney Spears and Sam Asghari had a fairy tale wedding. However, Britney's ex-husband Jason Alexander, who is known for his role in Seinfeld, nearly ruined the entire wedding by violently crashing it. Jason Alexander live streamed himself on Instagram approaching her home and trying to gain access to the wedding.
"I'm Jason Alexander, first husband. I'm here to crash the wedding, bro."
He was detained and held by police, and the newlyweds were granted a restraining order days later. I didn't even know that they were married, and I never would have guessed. Dealing with stalkers is a stress that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. In 2014, Selena Gomez, who we all know and love, had to deal with a terrifying stalking situation at the hands of a man named Che Cruz. He went as far as to break into her guest house in California multiple times. Selena later put the house up for sale. He was ordered to stay away from Selena for a decade and to undergo psychological treatment. He violated this order and was arrested again, and he pleaded not guilty to these charges. His bail was set to $160,000. Dealing with stalkers is something I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. Unfortunately, being a celebrity comes with people who feel entitled to your time, fans with insane delusions, and just straight up psychopaths. One of the most well-known cases of celebrity stalking is when John Hinckley Jr. became obsessed with Jodie Foster after seeing her perform in the film Taxi Driver.
You understand why I can't, carry on these conversations with people I don't know, all right?
Well, I know.
When she was a student at Vail, he enrolled to get closer to her, slipping messages under her door. In a confusing attempt to prove his love for her, he attempted to assassinate President Reagan in 1981 by shooting him. He ended up shooting Reagan in the chest and was sentenced to be in a mental institution for the rest of his life. Thankfully, President Reagan made a full recovery. Mark Reville, now renamed Mark McCatopus, was sentenced to 8 weeks suspended jail and a restraining order for terrorizing Keira Knightley, her husband James Rayton, and their daughter. He delivered letters, postcards, and a USB containing a cat-themed song that he wrote for her. The convicted flasher and stalker also started meowing through her mailbox, at which point Rayton chased him off. The family felt terrorized and looked for a new place to flee from the stalker. Gwyneth Paltrow's stalker terrorized her for well over a decade, leaving her full of fear. Dante Michael Sue sent her over 65 packages within 6 years, including letters and packages of adult content. He was later found not guilty on an attempted stalking charge and a felony stalking charge, which is absolutely ridiculous. He most definitely should have had to face some type of consequence. The relentless stalking ordeal left Gwyneth Paltrow emotionally scarred. Sandra Bullock had a terrifying home invasion back in 2014. Her stalker, Joshua Corbett, broke into her home with a loaded handgun.
All I saw was a dark sweatshirt and dark pants. Are they closed?
In an episode of Red Table Talk, she talked about how she hid in the closet, waiting for the police to come. Luckily, Joshua was taken into custody by police and she was unharmed. However, in the same interview, she said the experience left her with PTSD, which is awful. These stories are absolutely chilling. Stalking in any situation is never acceptable. Have you guys had any experiences with stalkers? We'd love to hear about it in the comments. Stay safe out there and have a wonderful day.